Peace, tribe, and family. This your girl, Arising Diamond Beauty, back again with another video for you guys. Now, I know it's been a little couple of days and weeks going on. I haven't been able to give the content like I need to. My apologies. The phone, like I said before, I don't know I know what's going on because I've been doing a lot of research, been having a lot of downloads. Now, I'm here to jump in. I'm gonna try to do a quick video about the shadow work. I'm not sure how long this shit here is gonna let me record because normally it only give me about 5 minutes. Last time it don't give me that much. So we're gonna tackle in what is shadow work. We gotta get to that. I mean, you understand times are changing, times are moving. We gotta get one with ourselves. We gotta get back to our divine selves at that. We need to get back to our divine creator. That is the goal. That is the mission. That have always been the mission. What is shadow work? Shadow work is just, well, what is the shadow? What do you think a shadow is? That shadow side of yourself. The work of it is you basically tackling that side and figuring out what stemmed it, what built it up. Because you understand, when you deal with depression, anxiety, and all those other type of illnesses and everything, a lot of times that shadow, that's our shadow side that's coming apart, that's rising when we feel like that. Because 9 times out of 10 we didn't went through something tragic in our life as a child that caused us to suppress our feelings and our communication, dealing with other people and with ourselves. So when you starting with shadow work, the first question you wanna ask yourself is, what are your fears? Start there. What are your fears? What are you afraid of? Like with everything, and then you gotta go to down. We could lie and tell ourselves, "Oh, I'm not afraid of nothing." Yeah, but it's something that you are that's causing that. Like, what are your addictions? Because a lot of the time you can be addicted to something, and that causes fear. You're afraid to tackle that. You're afraid to deal with something. So you use these drugs, or alcohol, or whatever, or food to, basically block out having to deal with that real reality. And that's a lot of our fears right there as well. Dealing with the real reality of this thing we call life. So it's like, what are those addictions? Whether it be the damn internet, the phones, food, weed, alcohol, it doesn't even matter. How are you going to challenge that? Like, because you don't need none of that to live. And really and truly and honestly, it's killing us. Especially those melanated people, is really killing us. And we think, oh, it's the police out here, it's the black on black crime, it's this and that and the third, we doing it to each other. But it's like, you're not thinking how the food that we putting in our bodies is triggering that. It causes those hyperactive emotions, for us to think. It is the dopamine, and that comes from the dairy with the mucus and all that clogs up our lungs, cause respiratory issues, complications, you know. Oh, I urge everyone to go get this book. I finally went and got my copy. Thanks to my good friend Sandy. She went help me got this. So much information, so many gems in it, y'all. So many gems is in it. Okay, back to the shadow work now. What are your fears? What are you afraid of? Like, where did those fears come from? Like, don't sit there. The number one on here also, I got it last, but that was going to be my closing statement. But I just have to start off with it. You have to be honest with yourself. You don't matter about being honest with nobody else. You have to be honest with you. You feel me? With you. Talking to you. Gotta be honest with yourself. Where did it come from? Because I know I can just tell, or I can tell you now, like a lot of men, a lot of their problems that they be going through is because of their mama issues. Believe it or not, whether it's relationship, because you understand the way they views of life is because of that person who raised them. Their mom, right? Y'all see my little antenna? Y'all know we got an antenna, that bitch just sticking. The spirit letting you know. Boing. But yeah, Like where does that issue, where does that issue stem from? You have to resolve that. And a lot of times we ignore it because we know it, but we don't, when we feel like we can't talk to that person. I'm not even gonna say we feel like, because sometimes it's true. That person, we know that the person that's causing that issue not gonna want to hear what we got to say. So they really be the issue though. And 9 times out of 10, that mean you gotta get them out your life. No matter how close they are, if they ain't trying to hear what you got going on, they holding you back from whatever you trying to achieve in life. That person is just doing nothing but holding you back. And you have to deal with that. Because it's like you can't come out here thinking you got it all figured out. You got it, because it's like then the depression and and then they got you so programmed to think that that shit is normal. It's not normal. Then the sugars and the grease and the junk food and it's too much. What healing have you done? Like, we want to be so healed, but what healing? Like, what real healing? Because in order to really heal, you have to face those issues head on. So if you ain't do that, then how you really heal? You can't just be like, oh well, that's in the past. It's over with. It's a done deal. It's over. Like, no.